put in bolts, they're not the correct bolts, but it's just to pull it up into its position. It's really tight up in there. Just a bit of old oil to get it to come up. I'll just take it off side to side. Quite difficult to get out. So we get a bit of pull on it, that'll be easy enough. There we go. I've been in touch with a Kubota dealer, and this is either a model 130 or a model 180. They said they've only sold the 180s, so they were actually made by McConnell for Kubota. Apparently. Didn't know that. I looked at McConnell's, but they were too heavy. A McConnell backhoe weighs 1,000 kilograms. No major would never lift that. I'll put the grease nipple pointing outwards as well, so you can get at the damn thing. So I was starting to reassemble the main shaft here, slowly. Have to sort my earlier foo bars. Should buy something. Getting there. Could have used the air gun, I suppose, but a little bit. It's coming up there. It's one side up. Yep. Put the bolts up and put the originals back in. Find where I put them. The bottom one will be more work because we've got all the steel away that it's supposed to sit on, so won't that be fun rebuilding it. I've got the eye, so that'll help. Yeah, put them that way. That's the original 8.8 bolt. Just know what thread it is. Give them a clean. It's could be 10mm fine, something like that. one. See what we did with another bolt I cleaned up. Can't see it from looking at it. See here. Bet you guys are saying, look, it's there. And ladies, if there is, I don't know. I've asked before, nobody's said I'm a lady, but they might not want to. I'm glad I didn't cut this top bit off. Right, that's that one on. Oh, sorry. Get this one on. Should be a lot less play now. Right, that's that. Just a wee bit of oil in here just to let it slide up. Gently chip it about. And it fell down. Go this way. Nope. Jack under it. We'll get our positions. Far enough. Quarter an inch too tall. I'll get in the trolley jack. Yeah. Tight, but I don't think it's that tight. Mind you. Right. That'll hold it. We'll see what we're doing down at the bottom. Once the hydraulic rams start pushing on it, it's not going to manage to fight them. So, it's looking a bit skew with actually. So this is the bit that was on here. Washers off. Right. Just going to go and clean all this up, ready for welding. Trying to establish the centre. I put that back in the lathe and took 5 thou off it, so it's going up and down easy now. A wee bit of wobble, but nothing like it did. So I measured off the centre there, the centre of the bolts, both sides, and it came in the same. Then I put a square on here and measured this way, and that came in the same. I re-welded this bit. Must have done something right because the flux is falling off it. Well, yeah. I seem to have missed. Didn't get very good weld in there, but the yoke's in here as well. But the fact we can take the thing out up the way now will be a great help, because the yoke will be going on here somewhere. Yeah, and we can move it up and down as well if we need to. It's probably too high at the moment. I don't know. Maybe. It'll just depend where the yoke ends up. Got to try and get the oval holes out it, so I'm just going to tack that and then fill in this bit, so I'm not going to film that. I'll just be cutting and grinding and that, and I'll bring you back once hopefully I've got this secure, and then we'll have to do something with the yoke of the pistons that goes back and forth. I'm not sure how you get this thing out actually, because even if you push it up, there's not enough movement to bring it out. With that there, my other thought was to make a plate and use that 2 bolts so you could remove it, but then I need to make a hole that size and that's not easy. Pass. Don't know. The only way you can move it is if you can lift it out. Not really designed to come apart. I think that's the whole idea. I suppose if this is a 1989 or whatever that's date I found, that'll help my weld, but it'll see. Probably never expected somebody to be repairing them when they were at this age. Only daft folk could do that. So I've got my 2 new grease nipples on. I actually measured that now. This one was round the back here with no hole, like I've said. If I could make a hole for that size, I could put a plate on top of here. That would lift it too much for the nut. Catch 22 as usual. Anyway, I'll be able to get the shaft out, and then I can put the yoke in, and then it'll have to be welded in place. I think it's the only way it's going to come apart. Once it's in, it's staying in for the duration. So that's all for the moment. I'll bring you back once I get a lot welded up. Earlier on today I got this in the lathe and machined it round, so of course that made it bigger, so I started welding this up here to make it bigger, but I'll need to touch up a few bits there, and this bit's too wee here now. There's a few bits of touch in here as well, and then we can still a bit wee, but I can make this a bit bigger. Just it's going to end up sitting, should sit on that black line really, about there. Yeah, I can make it a bit bigger and tighter. So some of the welding is a wee bit low, but it's machined okay. At least I know what I've got to fill now. Fill these depressions, as one shall say. Okay, so I'll bring you back after that. Having a bit of fun with this old GoPro, trying to get it connected. I've been welding this up, and not the prettiest like, but and I was having a problem with the rods as well because they keep leaving holes. But I'm going to change the way I'm welding, put it on an angle and come down at 45 really. Got the rods for Screwfix. I wouldn't say they're the best, but they were cheap. I think the flux is falling off them, that's what's wrong. So I'll get some welding done and bring you back once we get this built. I'll maybe come up to about here somewhere. So this is the main strut really. Then we'll have to try and get it onto the body there somehow. Okay, I'll bring you back later. That's me more or less got this finished. There we go. There's a few little holes in it, but I don't worry about it. Might grind it a bit more just to tidy that last bits up. The rods improved when I turned the power down, so they must have been too hot and the flux was coming off them. So anyway, that's it back into one piece, so hopefully this afternoon I'll get the bottom bit fitted back to it and that'll put the shaft in. So it's a good bit bigger now here and here, and it's bigger at the bottom as well. I haven't put grease into anything yet, I'm just leaving that till last in case if I need to take the bits again. So I'll bring you back when we're nearer. I'm getting the yoke, as I would call it, back into place. So what I decided was I cut that's off the old plate that used to be under there. I cut it off and it's got the 4 holes for the bolts, so this is the bit that goes in here, the bearing so to speak. So because it was a sod to get off, so at least if you can unbolt it you can get it apart. So I've V'd this out ready for welding. I've tacked the other side in when it was in place, so I'll get this welded, get the other side welded, and we'll get it all bolted back together again. That took a while, and it's not 100%, but there's plenty of welding there. That's the wind getting up again, it's snowing today, 5th of February. Well, that's me got that bolted on. It's a wee bit stiff, but the rams will soon shove it, and I've done all the grease nipples now. Put these back on as well. Just trying to get everything back on. It grind out a bit behind that nut to get that nut to turn. It's now just lining up the best of the way, so we'll get it like. So next, I don't want to put the 2 rams in yet till I get the pipe work for them, but I mean we can take that out, but I think I'll get it in without taking that out, and then I'll sort out pins and that for them. Oh, they have to be drilled, don't they? Oh, did I drill on top already? Can't remember. I did not. Yeah, it looks like I did. Aye, because that's a tapped hole there. I think I did drill and tap them again. Possibly. Anyway, that's that can be done. So what I'd like to do now is get the bottom jib, I think, and the pin that goes through the bottom there is solid, so we're going to have to drill it out. So I think I'll have a bit of tidy up. I might even call it a day, because don't even see the snow there. So by the time I tidy up, I think that'll be it for the day. So onward, they say. That's the main part sort of finished, apart from putting the 2 rams back in and the pipes, the mile of pipes that go in this thing. But some of them renewed and others are ordered, but the guy that does them's away on holiday. They should be back Monday. Get him sometime next week. I've got a new filter somewhere. It's here somewhere, I'll find it. Probably put it up in the back there. So that's, if all goes to plan, we get all the jibs sorted out and get the rams and all the pipes in and fluid in and everything works, we might get this going in the next couple of weeks, which would be good because I've got a job to do with it straight away. We'll see anyway. Might take a minute to get the fluid to go through everything. Well, anyway, I think I'm just going to tidy up and call it a day, so more to come. That's all for now. Yeah, this is the first bit of the jib, but the pin's solid in here, so you can see if I can drill it out in the this here. See how we go. I've got a 13mm bit in at the moment and have a 17, so if that got us to one side, I think it would let it flat. Reach for limit the quill there. Right, I think I'll just change it out for the 17 and see how we get on. Probably still won't come out after this. I've heated it several times and cooled it and it's still laughing at me. Ooh. I think I was going to use cutting oil. This is a bigger drill. See how it goes. I seem to have lost the footage, but the jib there slipped off the side and then came towards it, knocked the GoPro and then went down and broke the manifold on my compressor, letting all the air out. And I'll have to rebuild it, I suppose, to get a new manifold. Just one of those things that happens when you're trying to do things. Okay, somewhere near. Just going to go with this existing here. Hope for the best. You know, there's those days when you wish you stayed in bed. I think this is one of them. Certainly cutting. It seemed to go in really quick there, so I must have hit a soft kind of bit of metal. Might film this for IG Chip of the Week on Instagram. Here we're getting some odd chips. This is the main pin as well that goes on the bottom of this arm. This will be the one that gets all the pounding. I'm going to run the 13 through again to just clear out anything that's in there. Right, so that's a hole, I presume, all the way through. Now we need to do get it on the handball over a hole behind the tractor. Like I say, I'll probably get one good whack at this, but even if it moves, it'll be good. Nope. I'm going to end up putting that in the lathe and machining it out, I think.